Okay, so if you're looking at triangles, you can do the rules about the polygons about similar. Like you can check all the angles and check all the sides. But the problem is, on a lot of triangles, you won't be given all of that information. Okay? So there's some other ways that have been proven that show that triangles are similar. This is similar to what we did last week when we were talking about triangles being congruent. There were 5 rules when we talked about triangles being congruent: side, 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 angle, angle, side, all of those rules. Okay? This is similar, but with similarity, there's only 3 rules. Okay? It's angle, angle, it's side, 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 and it's side, angle, side. Now, the thing about these rules are, you're not looking to make sure that all of those sides are the same or congruent. You're looking that the angles are the same, but the sides are proportional. Okay? So, let's check it out. The first one says AA, which stands for angle, angle. And pretty much angle, angle means if you have a triangles and 2 of the angles are congruent, well, the third one's going to be congruent too, and so they're similar triangles. Okay? So, number 1 in the examples, I've given 2 angles here, 74 and 75. How can I find that third angle? Okay, so go ahead and do that. 180 minus 74 minus 75. 31? Okay, now look at the 2 triangles. There's an angle that's the same. There's another angle that's the same. Does it have 2 angles that are the same? Yes, because 2 angles are the same, the triangles are congruent by AA, or angle, angle. Now, it also says write a similarity statement. Okay? What that means is you want to write down one of the triangles, and you want to write the similar, the little curvy sign that stands for similar, and then you want to write the other triangle and think about what corresponds to what. So A corresponds to what side on this other one? D. B corresponds to what? And then C corresponds to F. All right, any questions about number 1? Okay. Number 2. Notice they don't have any angles labeled. They have something marked here. So one angle is congruent. Is there anything else that we know to be true on these 2 triangles?
Those other angles are...
So the vertical angles are also congruent. So do I have 2 angles that are congruent?
Yes.
So is this true?
Yes.
Yes. Angle, angle, and then we're going to write our statement. WVX, and you can write it a different way, but that's just how I wrote it. It's similar to, okay, what goes with W? And then Y goes with V, and then X. All right, next one. It says side, side, side. Now, when we did congruent, side, side, side was usually the easier one. We just tried to make sure all the sides are marked. Okay? But remember, with similarity, we're not looking for all the sides to be marked. We're looking for all the sides to be proportional. Okay? So there's going to be numbers on all the sides, but you have to make sure that all the fractions come out to be the same. That's what you look for side, side, side. Okay? So number 3, you're going to start with a 3, and what does 3 correspond to in the other triangle? 6. So 3 over 6. Okay, 4 corresponds to what in the other triangle?
8.
And then 5 goes with 10. Okay, check the fractions. Are they all the same? Yes. So then it's side, side, side because all the sides are proportional. Okay? And then so let's write it. Triangle QPR is similar to triangle. What would be the statement there? TSU. All right, number 4. I see all the sides are marked. because they have numbers on them, but I just need to check their proportions. So 30 over 24, 30 over 25, 35 over 28. What do you think? Divide them, see if you get the same thing. And you do not, so they're not similar. So the first two examples are pretty much telling me, like with polygons, you had to check all the angles and all the sides. With triangles, you can check the angles, or you can check the sides, or the last one is if there's an angle between the two sides that's congruent and the two sides are proportional, then side angle side would work. Okay? And so that one's a little different. So let's look at number 5. Notice there is an angle marked there. K and N are the same. And there's two sides around them that has numbers. So I need to check to see if the sides around that angle is proportional. So I would check 8 over 6 and then 20 over 15. Are the sides proportional?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's the side and then the angle, then the side. So a proportional side, an angle that's congruent, and then another proportional side. So side angle side proves that those two are similar. And we would write our triangle what's going to be similar to KJL. Good. Alright, the lovely one, number 6, that we've been talking about. When we think about number 6, remember that we have two triangles here that we're thinking about. We're thinking about this little one, and we're thinking about this big one. Do those two angles have an angle that is congruent to each other? Do they share an angle?
Yeah.
Which one?
A.
See, A, that angle there is the same angle for both of those two triangles. So angle is the right there. That angle that's connected to them. That's the angle they share. And it's the angle between the two sides that I'm given. Okay? So what do I need to check next? Okay? So, congruent or proportional? Proportional. Okay, so what side does 25 correspond to? 15. And then 21 corresponds to 12. Divide those. Are they the same?
No.
So it's not similar. Now, one more thing I want to tell you. If they happen to not give you the 21, but they give you 12 there, and they give you like 9 on that other little part, you could add those two to get the 21. Like if they gave you 9 for EC, you could add those to get 21. Or if they didn't give you like the 12, but they gave you the 9 for EC, you could subtract that to get that. There are a couple like that on the work that you're going to do where they didn't give you all the information.